Welcome to day number 25 of the 30-day AI Automation Pro Challenge. The challenge where you become an AI Automation Pro in only 30 days, no matter where you started. Yesterday, I shared very personal insights how it is really like to be an entrepreneur and what you have to expect. And today I want to cover another important topic that you probably are already familiar with if you already consume a lot of YouTube content in the AI industry. And these are the so-called gurus, the big guys in the industry and their claims. And today I want to tell the truth about the YouTube gurus and what you can learn from them. You probably know these guys, right? I covered their faces because I don't want to make that video about these people in particular. As you will see in a second, there is nothing wrong with these people and I absolutely love them. But there's one thing that I noticed. If you look at the thumbnails, they always claim the big numbers, 300K in 1 month, the easiest 10K ever. This made me 23K and he made more than 83,000 per month. And to be crystal clear, here is what I believe. These people make as much money as they state. I have no doubt about it that these are the real numbers. They are super talented and hardworking people. They are extremely good marketer. They joined the industry very early and went all in. To sum it up, the YouTube gurus are awesome people. So I want to be crystal clear here. I don't have anything against these people. I think they're honest people and they're just great entrepreneurs. So the big question is, what is the problem then? The problem is not them, it might be you. Let me explain. They make things look easy because they have an extraordinary work ethic, discipline, and willingness to do whatever it takes. Are you attracted by becoming such a person or just by the numbers they state? And this is something that only you can answer for yourself, but I highly recommend you to be honest here with yourself. Let me continue. They paid a big price to get where they are. Are you willing to pay that price too? Only you can answer that. The third one, they mastered business and marketing in general, not just AI automation. Are you willing to learn that too? And exactly because of that, I want to include also all these topics in the AI Automation Pro Challenge, because yes, the AI automation part, the N8N workflow part, this is one thing. But if you want to make AI automation a successful business for you, you also have to include all the other business aspects of the endeavor. And because of that, I just want you to think a little bit about these questions that I brought up here. Just pay attention to your actual intention. Are you just looking for a quick win, for some quick, easy money? Or is it that you truly want to start a business, that you are willing to pay the price and that you are willing to put in whatever is needed? But besides checking your actual motivation, there are also things that you should copy and learn from the gurus. First of all, become consistent in everything you do. If you look at the big guys in AI automation, the gurus, so to speak, you will discover one thing. They are extremely consistent in everything they do. They always post a top quality. They are always consistent with their topics they post about, with their message, and they are also very consistent in always finding the latest and newest topics. And without knowing these people personally, I can already tell you that they are also super consistent in everything else they do. Consistency is something that will just make your life so much easier and will increase the likelihood that you become successful as an entrepreneur. Because of that, I highly recommend you to also stay consistent in all the actions that you take within your business. Number 2, stick with AI automation and master it. Don't jump between domains. This is also something that you see oftentimes in your personal environment, in your personal life, and that the gurus would never do. You don't see these big guys announcing one thing in one industry and the next day they're doing something completely different. Sometimes they switch domains, but it is actually super rare. Most of the time they stay in one domain for an extended period of time because this just increases the likelihood of their success and increases the likelihood of them becoming masters of their subject. And this is something that we can learn from them. We also should stick with one domain, with one business, with one topic, because we have just so little time in our lives, in our days, And if we stick with something, we can just max out what we can achieve in that single domain. Next point, learn as much about business in general as you do about AI automation. It is a big mistake thinking that if you just master the subject itself, let's say N8N, that you know everything about N8N, that you will become a successful AI automation company. This is not true, because if that would be the case, way more people would have successful AI automation agencies. It's not just about the automation part. You also have to learn in general how to market, how to sell, and how to attract customers. Because of that, I also included general lectures here in the Automation Pro Challenge to already give you an impression what it is really like to be an entrepreneur. But I highly recommend you to also not stop here. Learn about business in general and try to consume as much information as possible, how to sell, how to market, and how to actually run a business. Next point, master social media. Today, that's your business card. You know, in the past, we had these little paper cards, and when you had a business, you was basically handing out these cards. Some people still do this today, but actually today, your business card is your social media. Your LinkedIn, your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube, whatever. I don't recommend to start everything from the first day, but I highly recommend to have at least 1 or 2 channels, especially LinkedIn, if you want to go into AI automation. Because on LinkedIn, there are real business owners, and this just increases the likelihood that they see what you're doing. And if you reach out to certain people or you have a first call with business owners, it is very likely that they look you up on LinkedIn, and then you should definitely have a nice looking profile. And this is also something we can learn from the gurus, from the big guys. They have absolutely fantastic social media accounts. They have very valuable content, and also their LinkedIn profiles are top notch. Next point, learn fast, execute fast, always be up to date. This is also something that we see at the big guys, that they are always up to date when it comes to their domain. If there's a new feature at OpenAI, a new feature at N8N, the next day they publish a YouTube tutorial about it. Of course, they do that to push their social media, but it also means that they are aware of these topics and that they constantly scope for new things in the industry. And this is also part of their success story. So also copy that and try to always stay up to date what is going on in the industry. And here's already the last point, work on your personality to supercharge everything you do. This is also something that I realized whenever I hear interviews of the big guys in the industry, or I just consume their YouTube content, that you can tell that these are also extraordinary personalities with great characters. Of course, this is a byproduct of just being an entrepreneur, being exposed to constant growth and overcoming challenges. But I'm absolutely convinced that these people also spend a decent amount of time with their personal development. It's just something that is absolutely necessary if you want to become a successful entrepreneur, that you also work on yourself, on your character flaws, that you just become better by any means. Because what you should never forget is the following: at the end of the day, you will do business with other humans and not with robots, at least until now. And then it becomes important that you are not only an expert of your subject and your domain, but that you are also an awesome personality and that you have a great character. Because people can tell the difference. And if you have a great personality and also a great character, it just increases the likelihood a lot that these people will make business with you. All right, that's it for today's video. I wanted to bring that subject up because many of you are asking me about the big guys in the industry and what I think about them. Now you know that I have huge respect for these people, but there are some things that you have to be aware of, and there is a ton of things that you can learn from these people. All right, that's it for day 25 of the 30-day AI Automation Pro Challenge. Stay tuned, because tomorrow I will share with you my most important learnings that I gathered from more than 8,000 course students at that point. I can tell you that what I learned from all these students can make or break your success from the very beginning. So don't miss day 26. See you tomorrow. Cheers, Dominik.